Good evening and welcome back to Weather United. In this evening's video, we have an interesting weather pattern that is likely to develop in the next 5 days. If you like detailed weather updates, smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my updates. So to start off this video, we're taking a look at the European model because we want to look at the precipitation forecast over the next 5 to 7 days because some areas could be getting some snow. But before we do actually talk about what is on the model here, I also want to let you know there is the model type on the right side of the screen. You can't miss that at all. We also got what perimeter I'm looking at, so if you all are wondering, on the right side of the screen, and also the time and date. So this is in local time. You want to plus 3 hours to this, and also of course you want to know when the model was initialized. And so the model here was initialized at 12Z this morning, but don't worry, this updates every 12 hours. So this is still the latest model as of me making this video on this beautiful Friday evening. So again, very important information to look at on the right side of the screen. So that way you all are wondering, what day is David covering? Now you know your answer. So looking at the European model here for Friday afternoon and Friday evening, we have what is left now of post-tropical cyclone Ian bringing lots of heavy rain, strong winds to the area. This thing is not done just yet. If you haven't watched my video earlier this morning on Ian's aftermath, you can go check that out. There's a card right above the screen if you want to check that out. All right, so a little bit of snow here over the Four Corners and also, actually not the Four Corners, over portions of the higher elevations here of Montana and also for Wyoming. A little bit of snow up here in portions of northernmost Canada. You can't quite see it on the screen, but you will. Here it is, right on the right side, getting a little bit of flurries there. If you're in Ontario, Quebec, Canada, polar high coming in. It's that time of the year. Fall is here. Happy fall. And that means a little bit of snow gonna start playing a role here over the higher elevations like Montana. And then again, for the showers and thunderstorms that continue over the eastern seaboard for your Saturday. So happy October 1st also. Tomorrow is the first day of that, and that means, oh, Halloween's right around the corner, believe it or not. So by the time we go into Monday, we can see still some showers and thunderstorms, maybe over the desert southwest, a little bit of monsoon moisture that wants to kind of creep its way in. And then going forward here, another blast of cold Arctic air by Thursday, October the 6th, really drops down. Not a lot of moisture with this, but look at these heights here, these thicknesses in the atmosphere. 540 is your average freezing line, and that really drops southward here. And so expect a massive plunge of cold Arctic air with overnight lows probably in the 20s, maybe even some single digits the further north you go. So this is definitely going to be one of the bigger blasts of air. And look at this Arctic high here at 1,042 millibars. That's going to make it even colder because that's where a lot of the cold, dense air is located. So take a look at those temperatures. You can see, of course, tomorrow not such a bad day. We're going to have temperatures anywhere between the upper 70s to low 80s if you're in the high plains, the Midwest, and the Great Lakes. Some cooler temperatures here for portions of West Virginia, the Pennsylvania area to end your Saturday afternoon, and also some cooler air here for the higher elevations in the Rockies. But otherwise, a lot of people are going to have some pleasant weather unless you're in Canada. But don't let your guard down. The temperatures are going to definitely get cooler by the end of this forecast, and you'll see that here. Much nicer temperatures expected here, some upper 70s to low 80s once again for the high plains for your Sunday, and also some upper 70s to low 80s for the west, and also for the Pacific Northwest with the ridiculous resilient ridge that is going to remain in place. For Monday, same ordeal. We're going to have some really warm days ahead for the west and also for the deep south for the Midwest. And this continues. But look at the cooler air up here way to the north. Actually, you can't see it here on the screen, so we're not really going to talk about it until here. On Wednesday, that colder air comes down from the north, and we got some 20s up there very far north off the screen. And then you can see right here, we got some upper or low 30s, upper 20s already. And yeah, That's going to bring in some nice cooler temperatures for the overnight hours. And then look at your daytime highs here. You're going to have daytime highs only in the low 50s to upper 40s during the day, while much of the west here and also for the deep south going to have temperatures in the upper 80s to low 90s. Come on, it's already October, nature. Are you going to bring us some fall-like weather? Probably not. Indian summer is here. In fact, some areas in California could be well in excess of 95 to 105 degrees. Another big heat wave could be coming towards California, something that a lot of people there are not used to because it's already fall. But yeah, it's gonna probably return into the area. For the deep south, nice cooler temperatures are going to arrive. Temperature anomaly forecast, you can see going forward here, well above average here in Canada. That is for sure. You're going to feel the warmth, and that's going to continue all the way into Tuesday and Monday and Tuesday. It's not changing at all, probably until Thursday or Friday next week when this patch of cold air drops down. You're going to have temperatures that are going to be anywhere between 5 to 15 degrees below average. Yeah, it's going to be pretty chilly out there. And if you're in the west coast of the U.S., going to have well above average temperatures that are anticipated. This continues all the way until the end of next week with those temperatures across the Great Lakes, the eastern seaboard, and the deep south that could be anywhere between 10 to 15 degrees below average. Perhaps in some areas could have temperatures nearly 20 degrees below average. All right, so let's take a look at our temperature anomaly forecast here as far as, again, what is the forecast going to be like for your temperature chances of or below average? Well, of course, for the next 6 to 10 days, the much of the west is going to have a big chance of temperatures above average. That is 80 to 90% chance of that occurring. Versus if you're in the Great Lakes and for the eastern seaboard, you have a greater than 50 to 80% chance for those temperatures to be below average. Versus the deep south here, you have a slim chance of leaning above average in those temperatures. But as we do take a look at the 8 to 14 day outlook, you can see much of the eastern or western half of the U.S., including the high plains, you're going to have temperatures or temperature chances, there we go, that could be anywhere between 40 to 70% chance of that occurring. So you have a better chance of seeing above average temperatures back west than below average. And then of course, if you are back east, you have your odds are higher for below average temperatures if you're in Pennsylvania, the eastern seaboard, the mid-Atlantic, as well as the northeast. You're going to have some nice fall-like weather. Might even feel like winter for some locations. For your temperature or for your precipitation forecast, leaning above if you're in the desert southwest and leaning below if you're in the northern plains, the Great Lakes for the deep south, and for the Pacific Northwest, near normal over California. This continues over the next 8 to 14 days with below average precipitation chances if you're in the northern plains, for the deep south, for the Midwest, also for the eastern seaboard, with leaning above possibilities for rainfall if you're in the desert southwest yet again. If you found this weather information very helpful, make sure you smash the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my future updates. But anyways, I will see you in the next one. Peace!